your tongue. You think someone's coming to save you. Give in. Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner you speak, the sooner this will be over with.
We should be discreet if we want to eavesdrop on these people.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us.
You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto.
Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable.
You remind me of that rat my master was studying.
The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that... These monsters are torturing her. Come, we must set her free.
We may be able to reason with them. I could try.
But I recognize this face. Lord de Sardet. What a pleasure to see you again. What good wind brings you?
These people are monsters. They just tortured a woman, and then they say hello, as if it were nothing.
I'm sure that they will explain what pushes them to treat her this way.
Believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she had told us what we wanted. You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like you, such strange markings on their bodies. We call them metamorphs, but the natives call them Onol-Manawi. And we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. We heard talk of a cavern of knowledge. The savages hide all of their knowledge within them. And certainly all the secrets that interest us. We discovered one here, but are unable to enter. This woman, she knows how to enter. But as you have witnessed, she refuses to tell us how. To know we are so close to understanding such a fascinating phenomenon. And to be able to do nothing. Let's just say it has made us... aggressive.
It's extremely regrettable. Free her. We would like to have a word with her.
She won't tell you anything. Let us handle this. She will give in at some point.
Afra?
I am so ashamed. To think that I worked alongside you. You are not sages. You are worth no more than a band of drunken brutes. And you shame me even more than the others. To think that we left our master's service together because of his cruelty.
You are unfair, Afra. We are so close to making a fantastic discovery. You know that deep down I am not like that.
Then prove it.
Ugh, free her now! We shall leave. Nothing more holds us here.
How are you feeling?
Better now. Those Renaigse are absolute monsters. But who are you? You too are a Renaigse. Why have you freed me?
We were told at Wen Shavar that you and you alone could tell us where to find High King Vinbar.
I wish I knew where he was right now. He bid me farewell weeks ago and he has not returned. I waited a long time and then I came here. To enter into the Cavern of Knowledge.
You believe this is where he's hiding?
No. But he came here often before he disappeared. I'm hoping to find answers. You saved me. And so I must help you as well. You may come with me. The Cave of Knowledge is a bit further north. Here is the entrance to the Cavern of Knowledge. I hope that Vinbar has left a clue to where he went. Something I could track.
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Munundanem. That means the one who shares my mind in your language. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why protect the entrance to the cavern at the risk of your own life?
The Caverns of Knowledge are truly sacred places. Only the Doneigada have the right to enter.
But you're not a Doneigad. Is that right?
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. And since you have helped me, you may enter as well. Even if I am not sure I can trust you. Because you spared these people. Remind yourself that this honor is immense and show respect. I implore you.
Put your fears to rest. We have not come to defile this sacred place. How do we enter?
Allow me. I have seen Vinbar make these movements so many times.
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbar, no doubt. It looks as if he's walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbar has readied himself to join Enon Milfrichtemen.
Was that why you came in here? To confirm that supposition?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, my Minundanem grew more and more distant to me. I thought at first it was due to his status, and the invasion of the Renaigse. But now I see that he was hearing the call of Enon Milfrichtemen. He had no choice but to answer it. Oh, Vinbar, why did you not share this with me?
These paintings are older. This looks like it represents a man who transforms himself into some kind of enormous bird.
He is a Denegad, becoming a Nadaig Meneman. Vinbar was also bound to the mountain. It is no doubt the path he has chosen to follow.
If I understand correctly, the Donegada metamorph differently according to the place they are bound.
Yes. The Sinolmenawi bind them to a specific place, and in return they become the Guardians. But how could a Guardian of the Plains resemble a Guardian of the Mountains?
Do you believe that Vinbar is readying himself to undergo this transformation? I thought it was a very slow process.
For some, it takes years. At least this is what is said. For others, it might take place the very moment where the Donegad surrenders to Enol Milfrichtemen. I hope only to have the time to bid him farewell.
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which. This mural is also ancient. It seems to show a doorway into the mountain. This door appears to be in front of a circle of stone. There are 2 altars and 2 seeds.
The Donegada seal certain sacred places with root doors.
Yes, I've run into similar barriers. It's all a matter of finding the right seed. But here there are 2 that seem to be different. For one, the flower motifs seem to indicate which plant is required.
This is possible. The Caverns of Knowledge are used to initiate and transmit the knowledge of the Donegada. This painting must teach the younger how to reach the sacred place, where they will bind themselves.
In that case, shouldn't there be an illustration of the second plant?
The initiates also learn by listening to their masters.
On this one, we see a sacred site with raised stones. And behind the face of the volcano, we also see the path that leads there. Like some sort of schematic.
This must certainly be the path the young apprentices must walk. And the Donegada that are prepared to surrender themselves to Enol Milfrichtemen.
Do you recognize the place where the entrance can be found?
I think so. It looks like the grotto that lies to the northwest of our village.
With all that we've learned from studying these paintings, we should be able to find Vinbar. I just hope there's still enough of him left to answer us.
What do you hope to ask of him?
We hope that he will agree to take us into the sanctuary of Dorhad Genadu.
What do you hope to ask of him? Why would the Renaig say? It matter not. My head spins. I will wait for you outside.
Please, go ahead. We will join you shortly.
Am I the only one to think this woman's departure is suspicious?
Sarah is upset, and I don't think that she trusts us. We should hurry and catch up to her.
This door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
We should have noticed she did not trust us. Well, let's search. There must be another exit to this cave.
These traps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier.
She must have set them to make sure that we wouldn't be able to follow her.
Let's hurry, and find this passage to the northern mountain, before she decides to... fight us directly.
Farnde dara grimmeterem dam! Watch out! Grenade! Your armor is broken, Soldat!
This is the place which was depicted on the mural in the Cave of Knowledge. In fact, Vinbar visibly went through this passage.
Watch out! Grenade! I'm wounded! I need healing!
Finally, we've made it to high ground. Now, let's find this trail to the sanctuary. It can't be far from here. Bloodied feathers.
They are extremely long. I know of no species of bird that sports such plumage.
Looks like Vinbar must have begun his transformation. He will soon become a guardian of the mountains. More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail. Over there. More feathers. I need a bit of practice. More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail. We found the entrance to the sanctuary. Vinbar must be here. I hope he'll agree to help us enter the heart of the mountain. All that remains is to find a way to get in. This must be the entrance to Vinbar's sanctuary. But it's obstructed. He knows how to protect his home. A stone altar. It resembles the one that protects the passage to Mev's sanctuary. This must be where I need to place the seed. And here is another altar. Are 2 seeds necessary to open the passage? How can we learn which plant seed is required?
Vinbar was distant. He spoke little. Only one person shared both his love and his secrets.
You're right. We need to find this Sarah. The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village. Sarah doesn't seem to have returned to her village. Someone here might know where to find her.
These village folk are not the talkative type. It would be a waste of time.
We must find Constantine. The High King can wait. This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It looks more like a battlefield. I hope the Donegad and your cousin survived the fight.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Catasach and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Catasach wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. More tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames. More signs of an explosion. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again? Or something else? New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from? More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them? of footprints. Only a handful made it up to here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Catus.
Watch out! Grenade!
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. These vials look familiar. Catasach used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into again? According to this note, these men came from a nearby camp, an old outpost of the Alliance taken over by the Coin Guard. They could well have decided to finish what they'd planned in New Serene. Very well, let's sum things up. Constantine and Catasach definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual, but they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Catasach.
Unless he himself was behind it. He is a powerful Donegad. The beasts obey him.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your cousin.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantine captive, he now has leverage to apply to the colonists and force them to accept his conditions. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Wenxavier to learn more. Perhaps Catasach returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories for us.
And you think that they would have taken Constantine? Is that possible? Maybe he was in need of treatment. But if you suspect them to have participated in the combat to capture him, I think you're wasting your time. I know the captain of that outpost. A pessimistic man who would never order an attack without being absolutely certain of total victory without losses.
Perhaps. Unless he was simply obeying orders. It does belong to the Coin Guard, after all. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Watch out! Grenade!
colonials. You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
De Sardet. I am legate of the Congregation of Merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. I am Captain Idris, of the Coin Guard. I am the ranking officer in charge of this outpost. What can I do for you, sir?
I'm looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor of the Congregation of Merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive. Wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the clifftop?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
Captain, my name is Afra. You might remember me. I passed by this outpost with my fellow scholars.
The Lost Expedition? Yes, I remember.
His Excellency was able to extract us from the situation we found ourselves in.
His Excellency has powers that I do not possess.
I'm casting no stones at you. You are isolated and without resources, and understandably a bit angry. You have the feeling that the powerful of this world have abandoned you, and you want to make them pay. But a life hangs in the balance. We must save him.
You were right. I will tell you everything I know. One of the men I'd posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
Concerning the young man that survived.
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? I thought that this boy will not survive. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very...
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary!
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you, this poor boy might be able to survive his wounds. Were you able to
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon. And thank you again for your help.
I've heard stories of your exploits. Thank you for all you've done. It's unusual for us to be offered aid by a Renaigse. It seems my Tiern was right. You are on Almenawi. How can I help?
Katasak has disappeared. Would you have any idea as to where he went?
What? But my Tiern followed you to help you. How would I know where to find him?
I don't know exactly what happened, but he took my cousin to a particular place. A place to perform a ritual. Their escort was attacked. Decimated by beasts and by magic. And my cousin and Katasak have disappeared.
And you believe that the Tiern has taken your cousin and killed his soldiers? Your heart must beat in shadow to believe that the man who offered you his hand only did so in order to better betray you.
Wait. This is not what my friend wanted you to hear. Perhaps they were wounded. And your master wanted to take Constantine to a safe haven to heal him. We must find them at all costs. Wherever they are, they most certainly need help.
Forgive me, Doneged. Your words are true. I spoke without thinking. But I do not know how I can help you.
There may be a way. I found these vials of potion on the battlefield. Do they belong to your master?
They could very well, but let me see them closely. No, they are not his. This potion does not seem like any of those my master prepares. I do not know this smell. The plants used to make it do not come from here. Another Doneged must be implicated. But none that I know would attack Katasak. May the trees protect us. Who would attack the water that heals? The earth that feels? They must be in grave danger.
Yes. I sincerely hope that we will find them. That they are alive and well. I must go. I need to continue my investigations.
When you have discovered anything, let me know. Kwawelemsek.
I have to go.
Kwaawelems.
Hello, my child. What a pleasure to see someone come to us with... Do you want to hear the word of Saint Matt?
Not really, Father. My name is de Sardet.
Nice to meet you. What can we do for you?
We would like to know more about the agreement you supposedly sealed with Bladnid.
I do not see how our agreement concerns the congregation. We swore to provide this village with all our support in their fight against...
In exchange, its inhabitants will have to renounce their pagan cult.
My mother would never have made such an agreement. She's the one...
The Queen had understood that the light was the only true path. Even if she wasn't. It is for this reason that we have accepted to seal our agreement according to your...
She had an engraver come to Falristal. He carved your strange symbols.
I do not believe a single word of this. You, the people of the light, are nothing but liars.
You would do well to hold your tongue, young lady. This village is now under our spiritual authority.
By not respecting us, you are committing blasphemy. And blasphemy is...
Because you think that you can administer justice here.
Siora, let's not get into another battle and make...
That is an excellent idea.
Dara Grimaderum down! Watch out! Grenade! Ready to shoot! Fire!
Here comes our pay, boys!
Watch out! Grenade!
Here's the stone we were looking for. It is destroyed. We can no longer decipher the symbols. Strange, isn't it?
This stone was damaged on purpose. We will never know the precise terms of the agreement.
There may be a way. Promises in stone are a very ancient tradition. Those who want to make these agreements must turn to a keeper of promises. An artisan who makes the stones speak. There are but a few. We did not have one in our village before Karadek's arrival. He must be the one who engraved this stone.
I thought you could not write.
The Donegada have a secret writing that the keepers of promises always learn. Those who want to seal a promise tell them to write, and they take care of it. strange. It looks like no one's there, but the door's left open.
Everything is broken and turned upside down. Empty. A sculpted engraved stone. What happened here?
It seems like there was a fight. Everything is scattered around.
This workshop was purposely devastated.
The owner must have left in a hurry, taking a few things and destroying the rest.
Unless someone else did this. We must find Karadeg.
Do you know where he might be?
This engraved stone bears the mark of Baraeg Nodas, Donkas's clan. Do you remember him? Karadeg originally belonged to this clan. He may have returned.
Let's go to Vigigador, and we'll find out.
What brings you here on Almanawi?
We're looking for Karadeg, the Keeper of Promises.
Did he come back to your village?
He did come, and then he left. We could not take him back.
Do you know where he might have gone?
He feared someone or something, and he wanted to hide. He must have left for the woods, south of here. He knows the area well.
Did you exile him? Why?
He is the one who left. He disagreed with our stance on the Renaigse. He thought that we should be fighting them, throwing them back to the sea. This is why he joined the Gaesrad. And I did not want him to return if it meant that he would bring his hatred with him. Is there anything else?
I must leave.
It is Karadeg. He's over there.
Signora, Bertir Tumad Donegad. What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Tell me about your role as Keeper of Promises. What does it consist of?
Most words must be free, and able to fly like birdsong. But some words must survive those who utter them. So they call on the Keepers of Promises. Those who want to become one must win the trust of the Donegada and prove their wisdom. Then they teach us the words of stone. And when someone wants to seal a promise, we offer them those words.
So you're a kind of cleric? Thank you, Karadeg.
Do you want to know anything else?
We would like to ask you about a stone you supposedly engraved.
It is the stone of the Renaigse, isn't it? I should never have accepted to seal such a promise. I did not like them, but I could not refuse to fulfill my duty. Not when Bladnid was demanding it. And now that she is no longer with us, these Monasinaiga are chasing me.
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it. The stone has been destroyed.
I kept the piece of tree bark in which I prepared the glyphs. All the details are there.
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised. Can you give it to us?
No, Donegad. I do not mean to disrespect you. The Renaigse only bring us trouble, and I do not want to deal with them ever again.
Understand your fear. Take some...
Renaigse!
We would like to talk... I understand.
What brings you here?
We found Karadeg. You were right.
I know him well.
His life is in danger. Some priests...
So they...
Dunkas, you cannot let...
I know. But my role being chased by the Renaigse probably only stirred up his anger.
Dunkas, could you not accept him in your clanning?
You are a I only hope that Karadeg will continue. The help you are giving him might show him that...
Is there anything else?
I must leave.
Qua Owlum.
Renaigse!
We would like to talk once more.
I told you that I did...
You wanted to go back to your original clan, didn't you? He is prepared to do so. He simply hopes that you will...
When I left, I thought Donkas was too soft. I was hoping to fight them with Bladnid. But in the end, so... I might as well go back here. I hope that it will help you to chase these, and I did not think I would say...
What do these glyphs say?
That we will assist the priests in their war against the lions. and they must help us in return. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village, or renouncing our traditions. I knew they were lying. Let's show this to Iselt. Siora, Asir. Ertir to Madiseld. What do you want?
Azeld, about this pact your mother...
Yes. Did you...
We went to Falristel to see the stone.
Were you able to read? No, because it was destroyed by someone. You're probably right, but for as...
We retrieved the piece of tree bark that Karadeg...
Siora, what's written? Mother promised to help them against the lions, and they promised to help us in... There's nothing mentioned about them settling here, and even less about them being entitled. So they lied. They mocked... I think it's high time they left. I think so too. You lied to us. You took us for gullible children. Leave this village at once. You...
But if you want our help with the Allah...
By lying, you have insulted them. The entire village will be happy to make you pay for your affront if they hear about it. You do well to leave before having to face...
You think that we are going to run away from a...
We will not abandon our secret.
Found the Dara Primaterum down! Grenade! Close to it, I am glad I avenged their affront. Thank you. Thanks, yes. Siora. Of course.
Hello, soldier.
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who said...
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how. Could you tell me what happened during the...
I will try. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel when we heard sounds of fighting not far from men were screaming. In our own land, soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man.
Constantine Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting?
Dozens of wild animals. There seemed...
Flames?
I don't know. I didn't see everything. All was blood and but I thought I saw another islander. Big. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I dragged myself here.
I'm going to have to go.
You shouldn't do that.
That's enough. Rest now.
Yes, it's best I leave now. I'll have a word with your captain.
Excellency, thank you. You can't...
Please. I did nothing more than follow the...
Did you learn what you needed to?
Yes. I was able to question... He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they were... My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there...
Like you freed the scholars. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Do it. What are you doing?
Your men. We are here to parley with...
Parley? With Renaigse?
Leave this to me. I know you, Renaigse. It is you who speak.
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider, as well as the man who is protecting him.
No Donea Exregal would attack...
If you didn't attack him, you must know what... I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid...
We do not have your cousin, and we do not... As for Katasach and the Vorst, that night we heard the sounds. We went to see the last breath of Katasach, and many of the Renaigse were... We carried the body...
He gave his life to protect... This request might surprise you, but...
Why?
Examine him to understand. We were told that an island native was...
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach. You have been loyal.
That is the very reason I need...
You may see him.
Katasach. Seeing the state of his body... I hate myself for having Forgive me, Denegad. To have doubted your loyalty, and even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell.
I can give a detailed examination of the corpse.
Gladly.
We note a great number of large, blunt force. None of the wounds could be attributed to a blade or a spear. Practically every bone has been broken. The open wound reveals... Here, the borders of the wounds have been singed. The flesh is blackened. And we also note several... They seem oddly out of place in spite of the... I would be hard-pressed to tell you which of the wounds...
He was smashed violently by...
Yes. These wounds are similar to...
The dead soldiers we found had identical... As crazy as this may sound, whoever is responsible...
In any other circumstance, but I stand on the side of the improbable. The native...
I can't imagine an Adaig behave that they might attack careless hunter. The power to call volcano fires.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this, judging by the severity of these wounds.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been in...
We had to at least try.
We've grown accustomed to the loss of... All the same, Guardian and Donegad would There is a ritual that might...
The Anatalis Fair.
It is a magical rite that only a person... It allows the Donegad who chants it.
That would allow us to at least see the face.
If what I have heard is true, yes.
Let's ask her for her help, then.
You are quick to ask another to put her... Imagine the pain of the wounds of another. Shaking your body as the cold of death. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. When her companion was lost in battle, since that day, our Tiern...
That would explain her...
You must make her see your purpose. It may be...
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe.
I have to go.
I'm not sure.
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe.
I've come to ask you for help.
My help.
My cousin has been taken.
Truly?
By performing the Anatalis Fair on the body...
Katasach is dead. He was a good man.
He went with my cousin to a sacred site. My cousin has disappeared. Taken, according... We examined him, and it seemed as if he had...
Fire of the earth. Oh, but none of our own would...
This is why we need your help. We want to understand...
And you will avenge the dead as you... Very well, Renoixe. Our island wails in suffering. Many... The Anatalis Fair may kill me, but you will need to act as my Voglendyke and bring to me...
What do you require?
A potion. And... Listen, do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of... As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body.
Where can I find...
In Duren's camp. She recovered...
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred... Then we can perform the rite.
In that case, let's go together to the ritual site.
Very well.
Watch out! Grenade! Ready to shoot! Fire! Prostu jest rychne stiri.
I recognize this weapon. It's Katasak's, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Were you able to find?
Yes.
This is good. The moon is high. Katasar, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, olehana memen adestame haman. Baravridenan tahanemo quate grenfem, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam, de talugedon velam, de taragam buledam, de tatamenam reloidan, adet alamen kante bij dam en antelam verfragt tangom.
Katasak! Help me! Please!
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster? Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one Renaigse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself. Come on!
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young, blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden-haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice. I will need to return to his sanctuary and then...
You know where...
Yes, but I wasn't able to...
Vinbar is a very powerful... He has access to knowledge that even I cannot attain. His secrets must be well kept.
Yes. I must find... Thank you, Mev.
Do not thank me. I have not... In order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing.
Farewell, Mev.
And so you have left the cavern?
I have no idea why you suddenly decided to shut... I must know what second seed is required. Now, more than ever, we must find Vinbar.
Vinbar would not have killed Katasach.
I have no idea why, but the Tierna Hach Kadactus revealed...
No. You are the one who lies, like all the other Renaik. I should never have let you enter the cavern. Eight more!
Found the Dara Trimeterum down! Watch out! Grenade!
Now that we have both seeds, the ritual should work. King Vinbar, why? Constantine didn't do anything. He has never sought to wrong your people in any way.
Like a worm he burrows. You are so naive. You cannot see with my eyes. Enol Milfrichtimen saw the wound. From atop the volcano, he warned me of the danger. Fed by bitterness, driven by desire, taking without giving, he will be the end of us all.
You have gone completely mad!
Take it! You are too blind, too Renaikse to understand.
Leave him!
Watch out! Grenade!
Uprooted, monocenide.
That's enough! Free him!
I cannot. O source of life,
Free him! Damn it! Constantine! Wake up, please, I beg you! Hang on. We're bringing you home to get you healed. Three days have passed since we returned. I need to go to the palace to see if Constantine has finally awoken.